you should click out now. Still here? Okay, let's get started. So, I'll cut to the chase. In episode 4, I believe Clem will be bitten. Throughout the whole story, we talk about whether there's an afterlife and whether a bit of a person's soul continues to linger once someone becomes a walker. Take this scene with Tin, when he talks about not being afraid of death.
I guess death doesn't scare me because I know I have something waiting on the other side. Someplace safe and happy. All of us together.
Looks like a nice place to wind up.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot better than some smelly old school.
Who are those guys?
The walkers who killed them,
You want them there too?
they weren't always walkers. Wherever this place is, everyone gets to be a person again. Sometimes I draw the walkers the way they probably looked. Sometimes I draw Minnie and Sophie the way they probably left them. But sometimes I draw this too.
Can I be there?
Sure. You want to be there too? I promise I'll draw you well.
Sure, why not?
Oh, I almost forgot.
Or this scene with James talking about the walkers being people too.
As people?
Well, not people exactly, but something in between. Part of us is still in there.
The game literally forces you to think about what's the better option, letting someone turn or ending it all. And I believe that once Clem is bitten, we, as AJ, will have to decide whether she turns. Similar to how Clementine had to make the same decision for Lee. But it doesn't stop there. Remember this conversation between AJ and Clem?
Okay, what are you thinking about right now?
You getting bit, turning into a monster.
Oh,
Yeah. The older I get, the more I see it. I don't know why. What happens then? Anyone can get bit. Doesn't matter if you're inside or outside or how careful you are.
AJ, we've talked about this a lot. If I get bit, you know what has to happen.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
But you brought it up, so we're going to.
It does something weird to my stomach. Like I'm gonna get the dookies.
AJ, I need to know you remember what we talked about. What you're supposed to do if it happens. Listen to me. If I get bit, you'll... shoot.
No. No, I'm not gonna do that.
AJ, you promised.
I don't care. I'm not gonna shoot you. If you get bit, I'd want you to bite me too.
What? You don't mean
I
that.
want to be alone. Please don't be mad. I can't live with you not with me, Clem.
There's also a part in the game where if you kill Abel after asking, you teach AJ that sometimes killing is a mercy. And because of this and their conversation, I think based on our past decisions, AJ will choose between life or death. He will either feel strong and confident enough to continue alone, or he'll do what he has to do to be with Clem. I'm hoping the story doesn't go this route, but to me it's looking like a strong possibility. It could even go the other way around, with AJ being the one who's bit and Clem having to kill a loved one yet again. Either way, I don't think both Clem and AJ will survive. Now, I obviously don't know if I'm right, but if I am, and the final decision is to choose whether Clem becomes a walker, do you know what you'll choose? And if AJ's life depends on it, did you teach him to choose life or death?